Hello and how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news, and the news I have for you today is related to the Elder Scrolls Blades. Finally, it's been a long time since we've gotten any news or information about the Elder Scrolls Blades that wasn't directly related to the game being delayed, and it seems like this time it's not going to be delayed, because for the first time in a long time, the Elder Scrolls tweeted something about the Elder Scrolls Blades, and it has to do with a closed beta starting very soon. And if you remember, the expected release date, or at least the last one to be told to us by Bethesda, was supposed to be March 31st, so we shall see. But as always, I'm gonna break this situation down and I'm gonna record my screen. That way you can see my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can look up this information for yourself to verify it if you choose to. And the first thing we're gonna look at is where the tweet originated from. Like I said, it came from the Elder Scrolls official page over on Twitter, and this is the tweet. And if we scroll down, most of the other tweets have to do with fan-related or community things, nothing directly related to news about anything Elder Scrolls at all. So this is the first piece of information that we've gotten in a long time about the Elder Scrolls Blades, ever since it was delayed, I believe, back in December of 2018. Now, if you click on this tweet, it'll take you to the Elder Scrolls Blades main page, which is right here, and this is where we can get any more information that we need to find about the early access and the closed beta. Now, first of all, the closed beta is not the same thing as the early access. Early access is still going to be happening, but the closed beta is going to be a lot more exclusive, and on top of that, the closed beta is going to have a non-disclosure agreement, which means anyone that actually gets into this closed beta can't take any screenshots, do any videos, or really talk about the game at all. That means if I got into the closed beta, I couldn't do videos on it. And you don't want to violate these. You could get sued, and you definitely would be put on the blacklist by gaming companies to not trust with things like this ever again. You want to follow NDAs pretty closely. Now, the closed beta, unfortunately, will only be on iOS only, and they go on to say that they're excited to open early access for Android players and everyone not selected to participate in the closed beta this spring. But it looks like no love for the PC gamers here. I was gonna play this game on PC. My phones aren't anything too special, so I don't even think they would be able to run the Elder Scrolls Blades, so it looks like PC players will have to wait a little bit longer to get the game on PC. Now, the closed beta will indeed be the entire full game, so that is pretty awesome, and on top of that, all of your progress, all of your unlocks, and everything like that will be carried over from the closed beta and early access into the main game when it launches. Now, Bethesda Game Studios hasn't said when the closed beta is going to start yet, but they did say they're going to announce something very soon, because it was projected to start this spring, and spring break is right around the corner. Early access as well is targeted for spring, and they're going to keep us updated on that. My guess is there's going to be a closed beta probably for a week or two before early access, and we'll probably only get about a week or at most 2 weeks of early access as well before the game actually launches. I don't think the Elder Scrolls Blades is going to get delayed again. I think it's really going to launch this time. I think it's going to launch at the end of March, and I'm actually excited for the first time and maybe ever for a mobile game. Maybe it's because it's the first slice of Elder Scrolls pie we've gotten in a long time, or maybe because the game actually looks good. But either way, time will tell, and we'll see how it goes. Now, if you did sign up for early access, you may not be able to play it the second early access comes out, because they're going to allow people into early access on a rolling basis like they've done with other things in the past. That means in large groups, probably one day they're going to let people play it, another day they'll let people play it, maybe they'll let all these people play it at the same time, but just slowly introduce higher numbers of early access players to test the servers. Either way, they're going to be allowing people in the early access on a rolling basis, so prepare yourself if you did sign up for a chance to get in the early access that you might not be in the first wave of players. Like I said, don't get too mad here. This is kind of a common thing in these types of situations in the gaming industry, even beyond Bethesda. And like I said earlier, early access will be available on iOS and Android. No PC again, and remember, early access is not the same as closed beta. Early access is going to be a lot more open, and a lot more people will be in the game, and on top of that, the early access will not have a non-disclosure agreement. That means you can talk about it all you want to, you can take as many screenshots as you want, and people like me can record videos and show you gameplay and give us our thoughts and information on the game. Again, like I said earlier, Bethesda verifies here that all progresses and even purchases made during early access will carry over into the final game when it launches. The same can be said about the closed beta as well. And if you haven't signed up for early access already, I highly suggest you get on that by going to this link, playblades.com, sign up. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and I definitely suggest you get your name in the hat before it's too late, because I have a feeling that the closed beta may start at most within 1 to 2 weeks. I don't think it's gonna be very long before people are actually finally playing this game. And lastly, this is the entire list of all devices that Early Access will support. Remember, closed beta will only be on iOS devices, but Early Access will be on both iOS and Android devices. Still nothing for PC, that sucks, but if your device is on this list, or if your device seems to be technically compatible with the system specs of these devices, it probably can play Blades. Now, there might be some emulators and stuff like that out there, like BlueStacks. I'm not gonna tell you to use this stuff, and especially most of the time, those programs don't function with big apps like this anyway, so if you want to do that at your own risk. I'm not going to condone doing anything like that, but I don't expect it to be very long before PC players can get their hands on the Elder Scrolls Blades. But as always, I want to know what you have to say about this situation. Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet and make it featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the know when it comes to the latest and the greatest gaming news. Follow me over on Twitter for the latest channel updates and random stuff about me. Check out my Twitch channel where I am a Twitch affiliate and I stream Apex Legends multiple times a week. Come over to the channel Discord chat server where there is always an awesome and active conversation taking place, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content and helping the community get the latest and the greatest gaming news, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon or joining as an exclusive channel member of the Skullzi Army here on YouTube. You get exclusive access to all of my latest and greatest gaming news discoveries before I tell pretty much anyone else or even make videos about them, as well as access to unique and awesome awards. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when I might see you in the Elder Scrolls Blades arena.
Bye, have a great time.